Good morning, students. Welcome back to the English class. Today we are going to learn English literature lesson number 3, Anansi and 5. Once upon a time, long ago, there lived a creature called Anansi. Sometimes Anansi was a spider, sometimes he was a man, and other he was a strange mixture of two. Anansi was a twister who lived in a small village in Africa. He was having a difficult time. He had no money to buy the food for his family. Anansi was a family man and thought, how can I get food for my family? He didn't want to work. He thought, how can I get food for my family? Anansi thought long and hard about it. But now I should tell you that in Anansi's village there was a witch and her name was Five. Yes, her name was Five. She was an angry and unpleasant witch. She hated her name. One day she was stirring her big cooking pot and muttering and mumbling a spell. I curse everyone who sees the word 5 to disappear forever. So she curses on the people who will say 5 and that person will disappear forever. Okay, Anansi thought, I have got a plan. Anansi rubbed his hands together and jumped. This could make me some money and food for my family. He smiled. He went to the corner of the street so that everyone could pass him. He made 5 piles. They looked just like he had planted 5 yams and sat down on the 5th pile. Soon he saw Mrs. Rabbit approaching. Mrs. Rabbit was carrying a basket full of sweet potatoes. Mrs. Rabbit was tired. Mrs. Rabbit was thin. Mrs. Rabbit dragged herself forward. When she approached Anansi, he said to her, please rest a while and help me. I don't know how to count, so I cannot tell how many yams I have planted. Mrs. Rabbit was kind, so she stopped and she started counting at once. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. As soon as she counted 5, she disappeared. Anansi gulped down the whole basket of sweet potato in seconds. He stood on the corner again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and he sat down on the 5th one. And surely enough, after a while, Mr. Duck appeared. He had a bag with his lunch in it by his side. Mr. Duck stopped when he saw Anansi and asked him how he was. Anansi put on a sad expression. Mr. Duck, I have no idea how to count my yam plants. Can you help me, please? Mr. Duck started counting at once. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. As soon as he counted 5, Mr. Duck disappeared. Anansi ate up the lunch without thinking for a single moment for his family. Next to come along on her way to the market to buy some tasty treats was Miss Frog. She did not stop when Anansi called after her, "Hey, please help me count my plants." She laughed. "No way. Count them by yourself," she called over her shoulder as she hopped away. It did not bother Anansi too much because he knew there could be plenty more chances for him to try his trick. He imagined what delicious food he would find. He did not think for his family. He was going to eat as much as he could fit in his stomach and then come back and try to trick again on the another person. Next, a scurrying sound pulled Anansi out of his daydream. It was Mrs. Shrew on the tiny back. She had a huge load of freshly made pies that she was hoping to sell. "Oh, Lady Shrew, how nice to see you. Sit a while and rest. I need your help to count my plants, and you can share your wisdom with me." Anansi smiled and showed all his sharp teeth. Mrs. Shrew was not a fool. "Well, Anansi, you are a kind. I am tired." She put down her load. "How can I help you?" "I cannot count," he lied. "Can you count my mounts for me?" Mrs. Shrew smiled. She walked to the nearest mount and stood on it and started count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one, she said clearly. Anansi said to Mrs. Shrew, "Do it again. Say all the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one that I am standing on." Mrs. Shrew spoke slowly and clearly. A flash of anger passed over Anansi's face. "Come on, say them properly." Again Mrs. Shrew smiled sweetly and counted slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one here. She pointed to the mount beneath her feet. Now Anansi was very angry. "Look at Mrs. Shrew. You should count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As soon as he taken the number 5, instantly, in a big burst of a spark, he disappeared. Mrs. Shrew picked up her load and set off to the market. And the moral of the story is, don't be greedy. I hope you all enjoyed the lesson. Please read the lesson twice. Thank you. See you in the next class. Bye bye.